Okay, Team Call Tuesday, and this will kind of be the last, I think, official like team call training wise. After this, it will be more of a round table. The goal will be to go over the National Wake Up Call and the team call from Coaches in Motion. So we are revamping Coaches in Motion with Charlene and the Diamond Leaders from Coaches in Motion. So be watching for that as July hits. We're starting next week. Where the 4th is on a Tuesday, though, I'm not sure how that is going to work with Team Call. I'm going to guess that they'll still have it, but I'm not sure. So the plan here with Rev Empire is to hop on Zoom after Charlene's call and chat about things. So it doesn't necessarily have to be at 9, just whenever her team call ends, we'll hop on Zoom. 1 week Nikki will lead it, 1 week I'll lead it, and we'll be in the future asking for other people to lead it. So that's kind of the plan with that. So be watching for Tuesday nights with Charlene again and multiple leaders, which is exciting. We're also going to implement, I believe it's a weekly BizOp webinar thing, which I guess they used to do often. I know Nikki used to do them often, which will also be a different coach. So it's more of like a half an hour thing to get to know what coaching is, which is kind of cool. I think if you follow the What is Coaching event tonight, I believe it's like the 18-minute video on Charlene's last post. So if you watch that, I think that's what it's going to look like, but we'll have Nikki clarify that. So in part with this, I decided it was time to revamp Fuel Your Fire. I think there's a lot of coaches in there that thought about working and maybe then decided not to, that kind of thing. And the whole goal of the group is to have active coaches in there, sharing best practices, successes, struggles, what works. So I pulled out the Fuel Your Fire document. So I'm going to share my screen. And I think you guys probably saw the form. I'm going to have everyone fill out a form so that I can keep record of basically what everybody's goals are, so that we're not hearing from you or you're struggling, we can go back to that form and say, hey, okay, here were your goals, then let's go back and revisit them. What can we do to help you meet those goals? So I have lots of documents up here, but let's start with the Fuel Your Fire document, which, second, I knew I should have went in the bedroom. The minute I'm out here, she thinks she needs to bother me. There you go. Okay, so the main goal of this Fuel Your Fire Power Hour is to tell you exactly what to do, because I know if I don't know what to do, I sit there and I'm confused and I don't know where to begin. So this is something that I put in either the front of a binder or the front of a folder and use it as my guide each day. Now, as a coach doing this for the last 3 years, most of the things on this sheet are just habit for me already. I just do them naturally. So you get to that point where you don't necessarily have to follow a sheet every day. Some of these things you maybe do already and you don't realize it. So always starting your day with 3 things you're grateful for, which goes along with the National Wake Up Call today, or yesterday. I listened today. If you didn't listen to it, oh my gosh, Miracle Morning is a great book. And she talks a perfect way to turn it into a group, which I thought was really, really awesome. I'm really thinking about doing it myself, actually. And it could be any personal development book. Mainly, I like how she said it keeps her accountable, which is what I need for me. So for reading, if I run a group like that, it's going to keep me accountable and hopefully inspire a few along the way. So then you sit down and you actually start. You can write out your vision statement. What do you want your business to look like? What's your goal with your business? And then just dive right in. When you go to sit down to work, I want you to know exactly what to do. I don't want you to just scroll Facebook and think, okay, who should I talk to? What do I want to do? This is your plan, and it's in order of importance, in order of the things that you need to do. So if you don't get them all done, that's okay. Just start the next day where you left off and just make sure you get back to these first 3 items because they're super duper important. So adding 3 to 5 friends, record that on your bat either when you're doing it or at the end of the day. And it's as simple as sending some friend requests. Maybe it's mutual friends of your best friend or your mom, or maybe it's a suggested friend from Facebook. Maybe you met someone new in person and you're adding them as a friend to your network. So simple and easy. I know for me, I just do that right away in the morning as I'm brushing my teeth and getting up. It's just something that I just do automatically. Private message 3 to 5 new people to build relationships. And that's what we have this connect sheet for. So the first thing I do is go to my posts, and anybody new that I haven't really connected with, talked to, that likes or comments on one of my posts, I'm going to write them down first. If I don't have anyone new from that, then I'm just going to simply go through the new friends I've currently added. So I'm going to go into my friends and start writing some people down, and you set your goal for that. At least 3 to 5 a day. If you're wanting to build a big business, you might set your goal at 8 or 10 a day to add to this connect sheet. Next thing on the list is following up. So these are people that have said they're interested and they just haven't committed yet. You want to check in with them on a regular basis, and again, record on the bat how many you've checked in with. Now, as a brand new coach, you may not have any of these follow-ups yet, and that's okay. You just skip that step. The next one is checking in. Now, for me, I do this once a week on Sunday nights or Monday mornings, and I just go to the My Challenge Tracker app, and I simply write down their names for recognition. And if I don't see that they've tracked, then I shoot them a private message and say, hey, what's up? Did you forget to track? Did you fall off? What can I help you with? So my check-ins don't happen during my daily work. It happens once a week. The people that aren't in the app yet, I go to Vibe Tribe or I go to Streak where I have them there and I send them an email or send them a message. Next on the list, I think is pretty important because we want to let people know that we're thinking of them. So simply checking the birthday messages. You can either private message them like a little happy birthday image. I think it's Amy Heskett that voice records like a happy birthday song to them, or simply post on their wall. But we know that those get buried pretty quickly unless you post like a specific image. So you do what's comfortable with you. I've actually gotten away from this, but this used to also be something that I did right away in the morning every day. So I need to get back to that. Next on the list, join a non-Beachbody related group so if you're already in one, like I'm in a Fitbit group, I'm in a gymnastics moms group. So I don't want you to be in a bazillion groups, but this is a great way to just get to know people that could be a part of your brand that you connect with. So, think about who you are and just simply look for groups. I know in the past, there's been a lab group that one of my coaches was very active in because she had a couple lab dogs herself. So think about a non-Beachbody related group that you could join and just simply be active in, just to get to know new people. Setting up events, groups. Again, I do this once a week, typically on Sundays. I try to have all of that done. I'm not a huge person for events, but it's good to kind of look at the next week. What do we have coming up? Do I have a free group coming up? Do I need to set up an event? And as you get into coaching more, that's something that you'll do more often. And then I just put a little note in there. Remember to post 3 to 5 times on your personal page. This is like if you do anything else, if you're a discount coach and you're simply sharing your journey, you have to really get good at your storefront, which is your personal page. You have to get good at checking your posts and making sure that you're showing all of you. Be very careful about your personal page. And I suggest going to it when you have time once a week and just pretend you're an outsider coming in, or ask an outsider, ask a friend, family member to go look at your personal page and say, what do you see me representing on my personal page? I've seen coaches fall into the trap of posting way too much about fitness, and then they just become white noise. No one's paying attention anymore. No one's liking anything anymore because they have become nothing but fitness. They've forgotten about everything else, family, their pets, their kids, just every other thing that they do. So look at your last 10 posts, and it really should represent all of you. So be very careful about that. We do want to represent who we are as coaches. That's vital. I want you to do that. I want people to know who you are, and I want you to be proud of that. But find creative ways to share a coaching post, what coaching has done for you. It's surrounded you with positivity. It's given you a team to be on. Write it out. Like, why am I a coach? Write out about being a challenger. So one day you might post your sweaty selfie, and then the next day, maybe you're going to post about your hair growing like crazy from these crazy superfoods that you drink every day. So really spread it out, represent all of you. And just remember, you want something that will stop their scroll. So if you would scroll stop on it, then it's probably a good thing to put. You can also pre-schedule these. If you need help with that, talk to your coach, because I don't want you to live on social media. So don't feel like you have to be posting all of this. I can easily pre-post, and I do pre-post quite a few of my posts. And in regards to personal page and groups, you can schedule all that stuff out for the month. It's amazing. Okay, so then we come into really that extra step. So if you're wanting more to this business, or you have a little more time left in your hour, this is the skill building hour. Personal development obviously is huge, 10 to 15 minutes a day. And it's vital to really reflect, either highlight, write in your book, take notes, hop onto your page and kind of reflect about it and share tips. That's another great way. 15 minutes of training. If you've already gotten through all of these trainings, then I want you to go straight to soaking it up. And Monday, you got to get in that wake up call by Tuesday night. Make that your goal. That's my goal. And Charlene's call, that's supposed to be at 8, isn't it? Charlene's call, and then, I'll fix that. So that one's at 8. And then hop on with us after to chat about the calls. And the rest of the week, when you have time, just go to YouTube. Everything you can ever need is there. Type in Beachbody Coach, type in Beachbody Top Coach, see what comes up. Find coaches to follow. This is a great thing to do when you have a little extra time to get in. Oh, Chrissy's trying to get in, and I'm getting a message that she can't get in. Just a second. Let me give her my number. Let's see, 837. You ladies didn't have any issues. I'm wondering why she's having issues. 697-35.
I just ended up putting in whatever, like www.revempire.com/Kim. That works for me every time now.
Okay, good. Because I know Brian has checked it numerous times to make sure that it works. Good. And then bonus points. So, if you are in the place in your business, when I really kind of got into this, and I'll say probably 6 months into coaching, I was like, I can do this. I want to be a full-time coach. And I knew that I needed to go out and find all of the information that I could. So I would set for hours when the kids went to bed, and I would just go through the files in all of the groups. I would go through the online office and go through the documents there, because I wanted to know what was at my fingertips. I didn't want to reinvent this. I didn't have time to reinvent this. So I was going to take advantage of everything that was already out there for me. So that's just another added thing that you can do as a coach. So, okay. So the BAT, as part of Fuel Your Fire now, we are going to require that you fill this thing out. It doesn't take but literally 30 seconds a day. It really doesn't. I suggest printing these out for the month. Renee's done a great job of doing that in the past and showing us, and it really motivates me. Print it out for the month, fill out the top portion, and really fill this out to keep yourself accountable, and post it in Fuel Your Fire on Sundays. And I think the easiest way is the first coach to post it, you post yours in the comments from there. So we'll just kind of snowball off of each other. And that way I can easily go, yep, there's Renee's, there's Kara's, there's Chrissy's, there's mine, there's Nikki's. So we can kind of keep track of each other. So we can give each other a shout out for doing it and check in on the coaches that we haven't heard from. Now, maybe you're on vacation that week, or you're struggling with time, or you get sick. I get it. There's going to be times when all you get in is that very top section, which is again, this is in order. You really have to be the product or no one is going to be inspired. You have to share what you're doing. You don't have to be perfect because people are really inspired by people that are not perfect. But simply marking that you drank your shake and you worked out. And I like to write how many minutes I read of personal development. You can either just check it off or you can write, I read for 20 minutes today or 10 minutes today. Social media, Nikki broke this apart for us into 4 different posts. So making sure you post something motivational, and all 4 of these can be on your personal page, or a couple can be there and a couple can be in Vibe Tribe per se, in a challenge group. Adding your new friends. I personally only put them on the connect sheet, which is next when they accept my friend request, because not everybody's going to accept. Doesn't do me any good to write them down if they don't accept. So that's usually a day behind for me. So I send my requests the next day. I make sure that I have written them down. In those boxes on the mat, again, you could check off that you did it, or if you go one more step and just write the number of, okay, I had 3 friends that I built with today, that I sent messages with, or I explored their personal page to get to know them, to see if we have anything in common. Maybe they have something that you could benefit from as well. Inviting to a challenge group, I think, is where our team has struggled lately. I could be wrong. Maybe it's just me. But inviting to a paid, when I say challenge group, I always mean a paid group. Challenge group for me is a paid group. Typically an all-in paid group, of course, is what I go with first, because I want people to get the best results. But if they're not ready for that, then simply getting them in with the fitness piece into Vibe Tribe, or with just Shakeology if that's all they're interested in. So inviting, either setting up an event and inviting people that way, private messaging being the most useful, and advertising posts. The application process that we're doing is very powerful. It's not going to be perfect every month. Last month, I think I had 15 fill out the application, and this month I've had 3, but it's been 3 good conversations. So I'm excited about that. Invite to learn about the business. We have all of these opportunities to invite to, sneak peeks and webinars now that we'll be doing on a regular basis. So this is something that you maybe do twice a month, may not be every single day, or maybe you're sending them the What is Team Beachbody video. That can be inviting them to the coaching opportunity. Following up with people. I love how they split this up. So follow up are the people that have not yet purchased anything. They're interested, they're potentials, but they haven't pulled the trigger yet. They haven't made that decision to commit. Then checking in on your existing customers. Again, I only do that on Sundays. Sometimes on Wednesdays, if I have time, I will send out a streak email, or I will shoot some motivation in private message, depending on how my week is going. And then connecting with the team. So Tuesday nights, every single person should have down that they've connected with the team by hopping on Charlene's call and then connecting with us afterwards. So my house knows Tuesday night, unless for some reason we're in the car because of a ball game, which is over, Tuesday night is mommy's night. It's mommy's night to hop on. It's dad's night to watch the kids if he's home. And if he's not home, my kids know I'm going to set them up before the call, whatever they need for getting ready for bedtime. And then this is my business time. So, once you get in the habit of it, they're used to it. They just know Tuesday nights, this is what I do. So make it a habit in your house if at all possible. And then at the bottom, this is my favorite part. Anyone that is chatting with me about wanting to get started, I write their name down. And that's something I go back and look each week just to make sure that I'm checking in with these people. People are going to drag their feet for potentially months, but you can still check in on them on a regular basis, like once or twice a month. You can invite them to sneak peek to Vibe Tribe, which is another great opportunity to say, hey, just come hang out with us. I know you're interested in joining us. This is a great way to get to know who we are. So I wanted to give you guys a reminder tonight that everything we need is here. It's eating that frog and doing it. So if inviting is that frog for you, move it to the top of your list. If setting business hours is that frog for you, right now, when you get off this call, sit down and think, okay, when is the perfect time for me to sit down? Is it 30 minutes before the kids wake up and 30 minutes when they go to bed? Is it on my lunch break? When is a good time to get these items in? I a lot of times will listen to the wake up call on my lunch break when I'm subbing. I can eat, listen, still allows me time to take notes if needed. I am going to start trying to follow the Miracle Morning. If anybody wants to join me on that. After the wake up call today, Ray says yes. It's reminded me of the power of the Miracle Morning. Now, I've only read Miracle Morning for business networkers or something, network marketers. I need to get the regular Miracle Morning. Renee, have you read the regular one?
I didn't, but I ordered it right after that call.
Okay, you were inspired too. I love it.
Yes.
Well, I'm thinking about trying to run something like that, right in Team Fit and Lean. 30-day free groups scare me a little bit, but if I go into it that it's for my accountability, it's not a waste of my time, is what I figure. So,
that's what I was thinking too, but I need to think a little bit more about it. But I thought that she had a great idea.
Yeah, me too. And I kept thinking about a different book maybe that I really like I thought about Slight Edge or Eat That Frog. But she has a good point. Like, every single person should learn the power of this morning time. And I am definitely not a morning person at all. So yeah.
I just think about conversations that I have with my mom friends that are working moms and how we all have the same complaints about it being rushed and how, sometimes it gets stressful and you're like yelling at kids to hurry up and whatever. And I want that for myself and I want that for other people. So.
Yep. I totally understand. The screaming in the morning, the thinking that you need to have coffee because literally you didn't allow yourself enough time to wake up.
Yeah.
If you just wake up, then you feel much better. So yeah, if you haven't listened to the wake up call from this week, it's pretty powerful. So definitely listen to that. So let me see if I can unshare. There we go. So I hope that helps. There's a lot of exciting things coming from the top down, from Charlene down, which is really, really exciting. And you're going to have highs and lows in this business. You have to be tough as nails. It's all there is to it. You have to go in with, why am I doing this? And you have to stick with it. When you hear the no's, out of 10 people, you're probably going to hear one yes out of the 10. And you have to be okay with that. You have to be like, yes, that's one person that I can help in this journey. Trust me, I've been there. As you're building a team, you have to be prepared for coaches that are going to be ready to go, and then they don't do a gosh darn thing. And you have to know that you can't make them do it. You can't make them push play. You can't make them talk to people to help. There's a lot of fear there, and there's this highly, this component of passion and the reason why you're doing it. I'm not asking anyone to be perfect, but the resources are here so that we can help you along the way. So just like your fitness journey, you can make these habits slowly. So if you're thinking, oh my gosh, I don't know what to do, that's what this document is for. And you set the timer on your phone and you go through as many as you can. And then you start fresh the next day and you go through as many as you can. So the documents aren't meant to overwhelm, but simply give you a guide to follow. And so you can chat with your coach on your weekly call or your biweekly call and let them know where you're struggling. Okay, this is the section I keep skipping because I'm not exactly sure what to do or who to talk to, so that you can talk through those things. That's going to be part of the weekly trainings in Coaches in Motion. So it's vital that right now you set Tuesday night. Unless, I have gymnastics on Tuesday, but we're always home in time. This is why we kind of do this later. So Coaches in Motion's at 8. And even if you can't hop on at 8, but you can hop on with us, you're going to get a recap after it as we discuss what was talked about. So you do your best attempt to hop on. We will record the team call. I don't know if we'll record our chat or not. I think it kind of depends. I need to talk to Nikki about that, on her thoughts on that, because it will more be like a roundtable discussion. So I hope that helps. Anybody have questions about anything coming up or anything they want to add? I've talked a lot.
I don't really have anything, but I need to go back and watch Nikki's video because I haven't seen it yet. So
Okay. Yeah, I know she was going to go over some things. I went over a few things in Fuel Your Fire, but I did it all tonight. And really the main goal is reigniting things, is what Charlene keeps saying. It's time. We've got 2,000 people in Coaches in Motion, and it's like crickets in there. And she goes, she takes part responsibility for that. She's like, we need to come together as a team. And I believe there's about 5 diamonds from the team that are bringing their team over, really dedicated to being a part of this. So I'm hoping to see it go off with a bang in July, and see multiple coaches and hear what's working for them. Donna and Donna and gosh, what's his name? But that couple that are there in the yes, Bob. Thank you. They are awesome. They talked on a diamond call the other night, and they're in the Millionaires Club as well. I think they said they hit the Millionaires Club in 4 years. And of course, their vision is different than us social media people. So they're excited to learn from us. I'm excited to learn from them. So it's just a benefit to have coaches that have been doing this since the very beginning, all the way down to brand new coaches hopping in together and learning together and training together. So I'm excited about it. I think it'll help boost up our team. And the event tonight was great. The What is Coaching event. Renee and I kind of rocked that out tonight. That was cool. Somehow we both had guests that could hop on. So that was awesome. And they seemed very like they were listening to everything. Usually I have some people in and I can tell they're really not listening to everything, but these ladies were on fire. They were listening to every word. So that's super exciting. But all right, well, thanks for hopping on. I will get this recording up, and make sure you guys fill out the application or the form, whatever you want to call it, and Fuel Your Fire, so that we have documentation that you want to be in that group, and that it's a good fit for you. So that's all I have. And I'm going to go, good Lord, make sure she goes to bed someday. All right. Have a good night. I'll talk to you guys later.
bye.
Bye.